Hey everyone, it's Keel, and I need to tell you a story. It's about the one thing I wanted more than anything else in the world, and how getting it almost broke me. It started a few years back. I was scrolling through my phone, just like we all do, and I saw this picture of a guy. He had this incredible physique, the kind you see on magazine covers. He looked strong, confident, like he had it all figured out. And in that moment, a powerful desire hit me like a lightning bolt. I wanted to look like that. That desire became my obsession. I threw myself into it head first. My life became a cycle of gym sessions, meal prepping, and tracking every single calorie. I woke up at 5 a.m. for cardio, pushed myself to the absolute limit with weights. In the evening, and said no to every social gathering that involved food I couldn't control. My friends would ask me to hang out, and my answer was always sorry, I have to train or I can't, it doesn't fit my macros. Slowly but surely, my world started to shrink until the only things in it were me, the gym, and my food scale. On the outside, I was making incredible progress. My body was changing. I was getting leaner, stronger. People noticed. Wow, Keel, you look amazing. What's your secret? The validation was intoxicating. It felt like I was finally becoming the person I saw in that picture, strong, disciplined, in control. My social media blew up. The likes and comments poured in, feeding the fire. I thought, this is it, this is success. But on the inside, a different story was unfolding. I was constantly exhausted. My mood was always on a knife's edge. I was irritable with my family and distant from my friends. The joy I used to feel from a good workout was replaced by anxiety. If I missed a session, a wave of guilt would wash over me. If I ate something off plan, I'd feel like a complete failure and punish myself with extra cardio the next day. The desire that once motivated me had turned into a prison. I was so focused on the destination that I was destroying myself on the journey. I wasn't happy. I was just less fat. The breaking point came on my birthday. My family had planned a small surprise party. They got my favorite cake, the kind my grandma used to make. As they brought it out singing, all I could see were the calories, the sugar, the fat. I saw it as a threat to my progress. I politely refused a slice, making up some excuse. The look on my mom's face. It was a mix of confusion and hurt. And in that moment, seeing her disappointment, it was like a switch flipped in my brain. I looked around at the people who loved me, who were there to celebrate me, and I realized I had been pushing them all away. For what? For a six-pack? For a number on a scale? For the approval of strangers on the internet? I had achieved the body I desired, but I had lost myself. I was lonely, anxious, and deeply unhappy. That night, I understood a powerful truth. True health isn't just about what your body looks like. It's about your mental peace, your relationships, your ability to enjoy life. A healthy body is a vehicle, not the destination. So I started to rebuild. It was harder than any deadlift I'd ever done. I had to unlearn all the toxic habits I'd disguised as discipline. I started eating that piece of cake on birthdays. I started saying yes to dinner with friends, even if it meant I couldn't track every macro. I started listening to my body, resting when it was tired, and finding joy in movement again, instead of seeing it as punishment. And you know what? The world didn't end. I didn't lose all my progress overnight. In fact, I became stronger, not just physically, but mentally. I was happier. My relationships healed. I found a balance between my fitness goals and living a full, joyful life. I'm sharing this because I see so many people, especially men, fall into the same trap. We get fixated on a single, powerful desire, a certain look, a certain status, and we're willing to sacrifice everything for it. We're taught that discipline means deprivation, that success requires isolation, but that's a lie. This experience taught me that our deepest desires hold incredible power. They can drive us to achieve amazing things, but if we're not careful, they can also consume us. The secret isn't to crush your desires, it's to channel them. To understand the why behind the what. Why did I want that physique? It wasn't just about the muscles. It was about wanting to feel confident, respected, and in control of my life. Once I realized that, I found healthier ways to cultivate those feelings that didn't involve sacrificing my well being and my relationships. And this principle applies to everything, not just fitness. It applies to our careers, our ambitions, and even our finances. That powerful driving force of desire is the engine for success in all areas of life. The secret that many men won't admit is that this intense desire is something we all feel, but we often don't know how to manage it. We either suppress it or let it run wild and destructively. But what if you could learn to harness that fire? What if you could take that wanting, that ambition, and turn it into fuel for a life that is not only successful but also happy and fulfilling? What if you could turn that desire into dollars, into success, into genuine happiness, without losing yourself in the process? Well, you can. The lessons I learned on my journey from obsession to balance are universal. I've broken them down into a practical framework that can help you channel your ambition productively. If my story resonated with you and you want to learn how to master your own drive, I've put together a new video. It is called 10 Ways to Turn Desire into Dollars. The Secret Men Won't Admit. In it, I share the actionable steps you can take to harness your ambition for massive success without the burnout. Click the link right here to watch it now. It's the guide I wish I'd had when I was lost in my own ambition. Thank you so much for listening to my story. If it helped you in any way, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on building a life that is both strong and happy. See you in the next video.